From my point of view, there's no best technology. The best technology is on yourself. So as I think this morning, because of plenary section, I think Regina gave a really good approach. Look.
Okay, Dr. Lesher.
I'm not very competent. I think we have a bigger expert on this issue. I'm looking more from the side of how people actually react to that. And we have to say that education is a very important aspect of it, and it starts at the very early stage. So I think this issue of dealing with garbage and all that. It starts basically at the very early stage, and I think education plays a very important part of it. But of course, it's then government, how government implements the projects, and in this regard, you can see that it basically it finds a kind of a responsive ear in terms of how the projects are implemented. Maybe James can add more.
Actually, it starts with families, and there was a lot of conscientization was going on for many years by the Ministry of Environmental Protection Agency, by the government, and started with the family. Family has to do, and the municipality has to cooperate. If the family is segregated, the municipality puts them all together and takes it by the truck, no use. And it did happen for a couple of years, but the municipality has to, same way, has to take the truck out of the family to the place where they treat. Also, all the education from primary school onwards. So it's a basically conscientization education.
I'll just add one important issue, and I think that was a step that really made a change. So, in the past they were placing garbage in one place. Then there came a resolution that no placement of garbage on the street or selected location. So it had to be put directly on trucks, and I think that made also a big impact on the solution of the waste.
What are the means, what are the steps you have taken to reach to the grassroots level that is...
Mom will say something from...
yes, how the message reached to the family level, whether you have used the media or paper or how did
we'll reach.
Yeah, in addition to what the foreigner just said, the education is very important. But in addition to that, I think the policy and how to build in the financial incentives to the whole policy. And I'm going to share that experience with you later on this afternoon. And the policy is made so good that we have a built-in financial incentives into our solid waste management program that doesn't cost anything to the government or to the general public. And I'm going to share that information with you. And of course, in addition to that, the information and the cooperation from the NGO, the non-government organizations are also very important, and media as well. Thank you.
Yeah, Anipu. My name is Ranjit Anipu, and I represent Be Waste Wise. We organize online conferences to enhance waste management education. And so my question, not my question, okay, my question. Sorry. All of you are sitting on the dais so that you can share your experiences of your countries, how they came from one point, which is probably open dumping at some point in history, to where you're right now. So I would ask any one of you from a country which you think you're confident that you achieved a good waste management system to share how you got, or what your motivations were to get from where you were to what you are now, and how they changed probably with time. And please keep it brief in one, explain it decade by decade.
I got your point.
Yeah.
So no, I'll request one country who was just near to us, Sri Lanka, culture and other things. So
Should be successful.
then I'll go to detail.
Should be successful.
Thank you for the mobile economic of internet resource together to control and combine between the parties together and create some new creation and innovation together, reduce the soil waste management and the impact consideration of it.
Excuse me, sir. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
In fact, in Hong Kong, we got something like this food wise program. So we teach the people to reduce their consumption and take away the food. When you finish it, you know the Chinese culture, whole table with food. And this is always the same. If you're treating your guests well, that means there should be waste left over there. So we try to reduce the waste consumption, the food consumption. First, secondly, to finish the food, you can't finish. And then finally, you really got the waste you have. And I just said, we need to go for biological treatment. So that's one way. And then most of the people think about biological treatment is enriched digestion, composting, not necessary. You can have other innovative ways, just like in Taiwan. They use for pig feed. And then in Hong Kong now, there's company investment to produce fish feed from the food waste. And they can produce high protein fish feed. And they're marketing in the market. So I would say this is some approach you can try. Incineration, for my own personal view, is not a way to go. The nature, all these are organic matter. They should go back to the soil or to the cycle, rather than you incinerate it. Okay, so this is the concept.
Sir.
I'm Dr. Mitra Dev from Assam University, Silchar, and that's in the northeast part of India. I have two questions. One, keeping the present ecosystem of our place, that's a very fragile ecosystem, I would like to know from the experts what is the best way of disposal of the municipal solid waste. Keeping in mind that we do not have much of industrialization, but definitely urbanization is going on. And second question to the person from e-waste management, what and how do we tackle the e-waste which is generated in our homes, in the universities, in the offices? It's only dumped. How can we
Okay, got it.
tackle that?
We will come to the second point because first point we have discussed at length.
Thank you for your question. How to tackle this problem is based on technology. So it does not like in solid waste management to compost and other things. Because in electronic waste it looks like good. So we think it's really good. It's not dangerous, but it's most dangerous, and it has a lot of hazardous waste. So first we need to make awareness to people what kind of dangerous material it has. So the thing with, just like I am here since 2 days, since yesterday, but no one asked about this. But
tell us how your e-waste recycling factories are going on and how it is going.
yeah, just like in China, they are more much developed in case of electronic waste because they have expended a lot of money since last decade. So they have more improved in collection of e-waste. That's the first step. And then send it to recycling factory and dismantling, and after that they got from European countries, from just like Germany, most advanced technology to separate this different hazardous waste, and then those can affect our environment. So first we have to collect this all material. No need to dump in our home, but it's not just like it's not in our hand. It's like it's not for that. Government also to have to initiate something and make a strong policy, and also put a lot of money for that. Thank you.
That's good. Regarding this e-waste plant, I visited 2 plants in China and 1 plant in Taiwan. Excellent. They have, Taiwan. And they have a very good supply chain for the material in and material out. And from the e-waste, whatever they are collecting, they are processing, and beautiful. They have presented a lot of things to me, which are made out of the e-waste, which they are processing in the factory. Excellent. But most importantly, in our country or any other country, supply chain for e-waste recycling sector is very important. Anybody? Has the recycling plant for e-waste really only to speak?
Yes, in my country, there is a company that recycles electronic waste. So from time to time, some companies would sponsor what they call recyclables fair only for electronic waste. So they collect old cell phones, whatever kind of electronics, even the chargers, and they sell it to this company for recycling. So if in your place there is such a company that recycle, that's the time you can collect e-waste, because if there is none, then there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay, I just want to add, because sometimes in Japan if you go, they don't collect any of the white goods, you are not allowed to dispose it under garbage bins. If there is there, they won't collect it. So we should have a regulation like this, that you can't dispose directly your electronic waste with the common domestic waste or municipal solid waste. This is one of the ways that works very well. But this requires, again, policies to do it.
Do you have an e-waste recycling plan?
We have it.
You have it?
Yeah.
I didn't visit our next time. Yeah. Okay.
The U.S. recycling program in Taiwan has been quite successful. As a matter of fact, last year the U.S. Government called in other 15 countries coming to Taiwan to learn how we are doing it there in Taiwan. And I think the two key components for a successful e-waste program, one is the collection, the other one is the treatment and disposal. So we do have this, we call the Extended Producers Responsibility Program, that we make sure that all the e-waste are collected efficiently together, and then we have established a good treatment facilities to recycle, recover all the precious metals. And I'm gonna share that information with you later on.
If the chair permits, I have a second question, sir. Sir, many people must be aware of the catch them young policy and all. And Western countries are gifted with the discipline at the home and school level. So how you successfully incorporate into your education system of teaching the at least coming generation? If we are able to educate our coming generation, next decade and all, we could not able to run this
Okay, I got your point. I like to mention to all of you that in India, we have in the education system a subject from class 1, which we call it EVS, Environmental Management Science. And it is a great initiative which has been taken in India 10 to 12 years back. But you know what is the fate? My teachers are not interested to teach them on EVS, Environmental Management System. So that's the most important part. We have it, but we have to implement it rightly. You know that people here, their kids are more eco-friendly than us because of the incorporation of the subject into our education system. But that should be strengthened. However, I'll request any other person to interact. Yeah.
When we speak about awareness raising education, we made the experience to keep it simple and easy, which means just tell the people why they have to do it and how they have to do it. For example, packaging waste, we dealt with it. Just tell them why they have to do it, because we get resources. That means to explain them just a little bit, and just tell them how to do it. That means separation by glass, paper, plastics, whatsoever. That's it. That makes the people aware that it is useful to separate and to take part in this process. That's it.
No, that I'll also share. Yesterday I had a research paper presentation with Taiwan guys. What they are doing, the greening university campus by waste management through the students itself. And they are spending 8.6 NTS, I mean around for 15 or 16 lakh per year on only the waste management of the laboratories. So in that way, it is not into our system. We have to adapt it. Sometime you will feel that it is a bit expensive. But for the cause of the nation, for the cause of the environment, we have to do something on this issue. We have to bring the culture which we have into our mind. Yeah, next question.
Good morning. My name is Sriram Murthy. I have one suggestion and one question. Suggestion is to some of the delegates who are having a cup of tea or coffee. We are talking solid waste management and they're littering outside this conference hall. So take the paint to put it in the nearest dustbin. If the dustbin is full here, go to the nearest one and drop it there. That's one. The question is, for any consumer manufacturing goods that consumers buy from the shops, neither the manufacturer has any regulation, because in the factory maybe the regulations are there, but what is the end use of that, or life cycle analysis of the final destruction of that material, there is no idea about it. I may buy a television, I may buy a laptop, mobile, whatever, or even any other goods. There is no method in which I know where to destroy. Or either I carry it, if I like the packing material, I may keep it for the next generation. Or I throw it in the municipal waste.
To your point, please. Come to your point.
My point is there any regulation worldwide which says that it's onus on manufacturer to educate the masses how they need to destroy the waste that is going to generate?
Okay, very good. I'll first reply to you. We have a rule in India, e-waste handling management rule, plastic management and handling rule, plastic waste management and handling rule. In India, we have adopted plastic rule in 2011.
Information started in 2007. In Taiwan, we have this no landfilling policies. Now in Taiwan, no untreated waste has been disposed of in the landfill site. At first, we were thinking about landfill site is a good, disposal resort. But later we say, no, it's not. And then we switch over to the incinerators. And then now we are considering even incinerator is not the best result for the solid waste management. And for industrial waste, now we are getting into the approach, we call it cradle to cradle. Or we are building into the concept of reusing all the industrial material, that in the way we would like to reach a zero waste or no waste policy. And the way to do it is going through the redesign concept in every step, from the reduction, reuse, reutilization, recovery. We are gonna reconsider it, how we can redesign it from the very beginning and do not generate any waste. And also in Taiwan, I have also established the world first electronic tracking system using the state-of-the-art technology, including the internet, GPS, barcode, and RFID technology to track our system. The good thing about it is that if you have a close monitoring of your industrial waste, people know that they have to watch it very closely. They cannot dump it illegally. So that, in a way, promote the reuse and recycling.
APR, I mean extended producer's responsibility.
EPR is in place all over Europe for certain waste types, packaging, batteries, electronic waste. So this covers all over Europe. Then we have in North America and in Canada, we have for specific types. We have in South America just starting. Asia is lacking, and Africa as well. And we have some in